Hi, welcome back to the Blissful Heart channel. I am Desiree Lee, here to give you your weekly Bliss fix for the week of June 22nd to June 28th, 2017. Hi, welcome back to my channel to all my subscribers, and for anyone that's new, I do twin flame readings for both the 5D spiritual plane and the 3D physical plane. This reading is for twin flames in the 3D. That is for twins that know who their twin is. They are talking to their twin. They are moving towards union, okay? That is physical union. Those of you that don't know who your twin is, but know that you're a twin, or you know who your twin is, but you're not really talking, you're probably more 5D. And I always say, like, if you feel any sort of negativity or heaviness when you're listening to the 3D reading and you're in the 5D, chances are you should not listen to it, okay? So I just want to put that out there for anybody that listens to this and then starts to feel down about the relationship. This is for 3Ders, okay? There's a lot of different elements happening, a lot of different layers. Some people are still in 5D, moving towards 3D. Those of us that are in 3D are moving towards union. And it happens that way, and it's why I have two different readings. I used to have them grouped together, and I came to a point where I realized I needed to separate them so that the 5Ders didn't feel the heaviness of the beautiful things that are happening in the 3D world. You know, the 3D world is beautiful, and it's also a little more dense and a little more tricky, and I know that we've definitely been moving through it. So first, you know, I always want to thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I just hit 3,000 subscribers last week, and so I'm offering a 10% discount on all my pre-recorded readings. So that's the 20-minute and the 45-minute readings, pre-recorded. That does not include Skype or the yes/no readings. If you go to my website in the description box below, if you click on the services, you can click on the topics, and it's psychic readings, and it'll list all of my psychic readings under there. So if you're having a hard time navigating my website, that's how you do it. Just click on the category of psychic readings, and it'll list all the psychic readings. And I have the coupon code in the description box below, so make sure to check that. I also am doing an Instagram challenge like I do every month, and the winner receives a free 20-minute reading from me. So, you know, you can check the description box below if you want to participate and try to win a free reading. I get one every month, and I love doing them. It's just such a karma yoga practice for me. I really just like, the idea behind it is not for any kind of like pumping up my numbers. It's more about encouraging and inspiring you to be proactive about sharing the light. And you know, Spirit guides me into who needs the reading the most, okay? So it's not necessarily about money. It's more about, you know, desire and passion. But Spirit lets me know who needs it the most at that time. So you actually have to participate in the challenge to win. So make sure you read those directions. There's only 2 numbers in terms of how to play. So if you want to play, check the description box below. Let's see. I am so disappointed that I forgot to mention the summer solstice last week. Like, how could I forget? We had Father's Day, and I just like blew out the summer solstice. Like, summer solstice on the 21st, which I'm recording on the 20th, so it's tomorrow for me. But in terms of when this releases, it'll probably be on the 22nd, which is the day after. But the summer solstice is happening. I love solstices and equinoxes. This is a powerful fire energy. The summer solstice to me is like the most motivational, the most inspiring. I just love it. And then we have a new moon in Cancer on the 23rd. I do free new moon and full moon readings on my Facebook channel. I do a video, and I share with you different ideas or concepts that you can use for rituals in terms of ceremony for the new and full moon. So make sure you follow me on Facebook if you want to be included in that. And, you know, if you miss the live reading, it's still on my page, so you can watch it later after it's been recorded. But the great thing about the live reading is that I do read your questions and comments, and I may or may not be able to answer them during the reading, but they do become a part of what the messages that I want to send out to everybody. So, I mean, if those of you that can't like have a Skype session with me is crazy. It's free. Like, why would you miss out on that? Go follow me on Facebook. Watch for that full or new moon reading live, and you can put your questions in. And while I won't answer them during the reading clearly, I can possibly answer them afterwards. I want it to grow to that extent. Right now, you know, the viewers are such a small amount and nobody's asking any questions. So I want to make sure you understand that you can plug in those questions, and if I can, I will answer them. Okay, so that's what I want it to be like. I want it to be a space where I can do some Q&A for you guys. So it's exciting. I love it. So this new moon in Cancer is a very watery element. It's incredibly emotional. I feel like we're getting a lot of nourishing, healing energy after this crazy core wound waking up that happened from the full moon. A lot of people commented last week, and I appreciate all of you for sharing what you're going through. Definitely a lot of people are coinciding in this, like, physical healing, financial healing, disruption in our life. Lots of sleep, right? We've been sleeping a ton. I definitely went through like a good, I don't even know, I want to say 5 to 9 days of depression where my energy was just really low and I was feeling very heavy. So we're like purging all of that stuff that is preventing us from maximizing to our true potential. So I'm excited to see this reading. I just finished the 5D reading, and I mean the Divine Feminine and the 5D is in a very giant space of transition. I feel like there's a completion point happening for the 5D'ers, so I'm curious to see how that energy is going to translate to us 3D'ers. But you know, on the Father's Day, I did have a very beautiful meditational experience, and one of my subscribers commented last week of an affirmation or prayer that I took on, and I just thought it was so simple and so beautiful. Just like, thank you God for healing me. Like you make that like prayer, that affirmation that you already are being healed. Thank you God for healing me, and I ask that you show me what I need to heal, you know, and teaching me how to heal. And so I've been doing that, and I had a beautiful transmission that Sunday night with what I believe to be my spiritual father, which was incredibly potent for me because the father figures that I've had in this life have never really been the ideal father. So it was really emotional for me to contact my spiritual father, who is the ideal of a father, who was loving and nurturing me and telling me that I'm healing. So I had a very beautiful experience on Father's Day. So with this new moon in Cancer, we're looking at like an ancestral ocean of water energy. We've got the summer solstice with that fire motivational energy, and I'm excited to see. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to take a look at the overall energy of twin flames on the 3D physical plane, June 22nd to the 28th, Spirit, angels of love and light, angels of pure truth, God's guidance. Environment 44. It's interesting to me. This deck always is interesting because in terms of my numerological associations with numbers, 44 is very much about angel guidance, and then they're talking about environment. And then, the romance angel cards. Which romance angel is working with the 3D'ers on the week of June 22nd to June 28th, Spirit? True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I'm like, duh. Duh, we know that. That card to me is always an affirmation card that this is your person, this is the way it's supposed to be, this is your twin flame. As a guest star oracle deck, let me find the book here. It's Women's Body, Women's Wisdom by Christiane Northrup. And this is a deck that I just love. I'm going to be using it for my my paid content videos. Spirit of Love and Light, Angels of Truth and Healing. What message would you like to deliver, Twin Flames, June 22nd to June 28th? What is it? What is it? Partnership. Card 9. Regroup. Oh, it's so hard for you to see that imagery. Hopefully it'll show up better when I do the screenshot. Interesting, because the 5D'ers had a partnership card too. Ooh, so let's talk about this. All right. So for the numerological card, we got 44, environment. This to me is talking specifically about your surroundings. Okay, so this is about your friends, your home, your work environment. This is about, like, I feel like cleaning up whatever isn't working, and I feel like there's a purging taking place. And you know, in Spirit's telling me, like, for some of you, that means like getting a new job. There's a point where you realize that, like, where you're at isn't healthy or beneficial to you, and it's time for change. And so I am feeling that here for the divine feminines in particular, possibly the divine masculine too. I mean, we know that in this 3D space, our energies are so aligned that it is very much a similar message with a slight differentiation. And then our romance angel cards is like, this is the romance of a lifetime. And Spirit's telling me, like, this message is coming out for anybody that's having second thoughts or doubts or fears. Yes, I'm hearing that a lot of divine feminines, not a lot, like 30 to 40% of the divine feminines in the 3D. And so, yeah, these are for divine feminines that are maybe like 3 months behind where I'm at, like 2 to 3 months behind where I'm at in their journey, where they're kind of going, oh my God, this is so much freaking work. Is this really real? You know, because it's so weird, right? When you leave the 5D energy, which is so uplifting and so enlightening, and you're in such a space of devotion and faith, and when you get kind of plummeted to the earth and you have to deal with real life facts of location and job and living together, and I mean, all these like very hard truths, physical illness, you know, money, like these kinds of things start to make us second guess everything, where we're just like, oh, I don't know about this anymore, you know. And so Spirit's like, this is it. This is the dream that you dreamt. This is the real deal. Don't give up. And I'm getting chills. Don't give up. Don't give up, divine feminines. I feel that the divine masculine isn't having any doubts at this point, but the divine feminine is feeling incredibly challenged and like, you know what? My life was so much easier when I wasn't dealing with this, you know? And so I feel like a lot of divine feminines are feeling like cashing in their chips and walking away at this point, where it's like they just they're starting to like disbelieve this whole experience, right? And that's so crazy, but it's true. I know that a lot of the divine feminines, I can feel it. They're just kind of like, I don't know about this anymore. This is like not fun anymore, you know? And I tell my 5D'ers from time to time when I do the 5D readings, like, enjoy the 5D, because the 3D is a lot more challenging. It's a lot more work. And so then for our women's wisdom card, we have the partnership regroup. I think this card is so beautiful, right? It has a woman with her arms wrapped around a man who has a key above his heart, and her hand is right below that key, right? So this is this like regrouping energy. And what I'm hearing from Spirit is this, like, it's time for you, divine feminines, to assess like your expectations again, to like kind of come back around full circle and be like, wait, what am I doing? What are my expectations? What is the reality? It's a regrouping. I think of it more as like an assessment. However, it's also including like conversation with your divine masculine and being like, well, what do you want? Like, what are you thinking? Like, what are your dreams? What do you foresee? You know, because I feel like the divine feminine, again, has been having a difficult time relinquishing her control over the direction of this relationship. And hey, in the divine feminine's defense, we've been having to steer this boat for a long time. I mean, consciously, I would say that I've been steering it for, I want to say like 8-9 months. I've been consciously aware that this is my twin and I'm driving a boat, you know? So like, being able to take the back seat while it's relieving, it feels good. It's also kind of like, well, where are we going? When are we going to get there? You know? And so I feel the divine feminine needs to have that assessment process of like checking in with her divine counterpart and being like, well, what do you think? You know? Interesting. Good. Okay, so let's move on to the heart, mind, and action space. We're going to go ahead and take a look with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland. Psychic Tarot of the Heart, Angels of Love, Light, and Spiritual Truth. What is the heart space of the Divine Masculine 3D for June 22nd to June 28th? Manifest. This is the Magician, card 1. That's going on in his heart space. And then the Divine Feminine, 3D, June 22nd to the 28th, we have card 5, Challenging Times. That kind of coincides with what I was talking about in the regroup card from the partnership. Action or mental space of the Divine Masculine, 3D, June 22nd to the 28th, we have card 9, Dreams Coming True. Awesome. I love that card. And then for the Divine Feminine in her mental space, we have Spread Your Wings, card 2. Interesting. Okay. And then in the action space, the Divine Masculine, 3D, June 22nd to the 28th, he has Heal, card 17, which is an 8. And the Divine Feminine in her action space, 3D, June 22nd to the 28th, she has Love Abounds, card 1. That's 2 1s in the spread so far. So for the guest deck, I'm using the Mary L. Tarot. This is literally like one of my favorite tarots. It's a lot of work because it has a lot of history and lecture in the description of the cards, but it's really, really beautiful and well done. So Spirit of Love and Light, accompanying the Manifest card for the Divine Masculine, 3D, June 22nd to the 28th. Oh no, I got 2 cards. I have the 10 of Wands and the Empress. So card 10 and card 3 and card 1 in the Divine Masculine. And then the Divine Feminine has Challenging Times in her heart space and the 9 of Discs, which is the Pentacles. For the mental space, the Divine Masculine has Dreams Coming True, card 9, and card 9, the Hermit. That's 2 cards. That's a completion set in the mental space for our Divine Masculines. I love it. And then the Divine Feminine has Spread Your Wings and 4 of Swords. So she has a 2 and a 4. Actually, that's 3 9s because the Divine Feminine got the 9 of Discs, but okay. The Divine Masculine has Heal in his action space. And what else does the Divine Masculine have? 6 of Discs or 6 of Pentacles. And the Divine Feminine has Love Abounds in her action space, 3D, and Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to pull a Lightworkers Oracle for our summation card. Lightworkers Oracle, Angels of Truth, Love, Light, Spiritual Healing, God, Jesus, Mary Magdalene. What would you like to share with us twin flames on the 3D plane for June 22nd to June 28th, 2017? Oh, no way. Star Child. This is the same card that showed up last week, you guys. Amazing. Interesting. I mean, when a card repeats like that, I feel like there's a message that was not received, and so here it is again. But I am going to sit with these cards, and I will be right back. Okay, so I sat with the cards, and this looks really, really awesome. I mean, you know, I feel like everything is so catered around the astrological events in terms of like what happened with us during the full moon. Then we have the summer solstice and the new moon energy. There's a lot of like awakening and like motivational energy, transition, you know, transformation. So let's pull up. We have to pull up the masculine first because I got 3 cards for him. We have 1 Manifest, 10 of Wands, and 3 the Empress. And the Divine Feminine has 5 Challenging Times and 9 of Discs. So the Divine Masculine, has this Manifest card, which to me is so Divine Masculine energy about like making and creating. This is in his heart space. So I feel like the Divine Masculine is really feeling renewed, like a renewed sense of strength and commitment. I feel like he's really starting to own his ability to manifest what he desires, because the Divine Masculine has kind of been in this space of like struggling with his desires and like really figuring out what he wants. He's been like struggling with this idea of like forever with somebody special and like while the Divine Masculine is feeling very drawn and pulled towards it, he's also been feeling a little bit afraid of it and dealing with his own fears of commitment in terms of like making this relationship happen. And in his heart space, he is manifesting. That means he is creating the love that he wants. I feel that on an energetic level, the Divine Masculine's heart is really blossoming. We have the Empress card, which is a Divine Feminine energy, clearly. This is about birth and creation. And then the Ten of Wands is a completion card. This is also about birth and creation, manifestation. I mean, holy moly, like in the heart space, the Divine Masculine on the 3D plane, his heart is just blown open. He is feeling mentally and clearly focused on his desires. He is confronting and challenging all of the emotional hurts that he has that have been causing fear or trepidation in terms of moving forward with this union. And he is like, I mean, good God, I feel like the Divine Masculine is really, really showing up in his heart space. Like his heart is on fire for his Divine Feminine. He is like so in love and so longing for her or him, right? And so the Divine Feminine has challenging times and 9 of Discs. So she too is still kind of clearing the remnants of what came up for that full moon. She too is really looking at her own issues in terms of like, why am I hurting? What is this physical manifestation representing? And it's like I was talking about that Father's Day healing. I feel like the Divine Feminine, oh God, God is so great, you guys. I feel like God was just like, I am giving you this gift of physical pain or suffering or financial like structure that's falling apart. I am causing like a tower energy of deconstruction in your life so that you can look at your heart and look at what your fears are and look at what your doubts are and come back into faith, you know. And as a 9 of Discs, this is like a complete manifestation card. I mean, this is like completion of the heart, completion of the mind. This is the material element. This is coming around full circle, looking at the devil, looking at God, looking at the balance of good and evil. This is the Divine Feminine finding pure truth. Like, good God, the Divine Feminine has really come in her own. This is a space that the Divine Feminine, whatever, 3, 6, 9 months ago, good God, if I think about where I was 3, 6, 9, a year ago, 2 years ago, like you can go back, right? You can just keep going with that. But in terms of our evolution, we are in a very, very clear and stable space. I mean, I am hearing from Spirit that the Divine Feminine has finally relinquished her control. The Divine Feminine has finally surrendered to God's love. The Divine Feminine is in a space of healing. She's still clearing, okay? And I do, and Spirit's telling me, like, this challenging times energy is something that I was moving through this last week. Spirit's telling me that this challenging times energy is the space that I was moving through this last week, and some Divine Feminines are still clearing and moving through this week. But there is a giant, like level up taking place here. I just am so grateful and blessed. I just feel so grateful for this journey. We are moving into a space that I would have to say that none of us have seen before in terms of confidence, clarity, certainty, trust, self-love, like love of a twin. Like, there is so many fears and obstacles that are either currently diminishing or have just diminished, but the Divine Feminine's heart is like in a very healing, whole, complete space. It's beautiful. So then we look at the mental space. I can pull all these up at the same time. We have 9 dreams coming true in 9 the Hermit. That's a double 9. That's nearing completion for the Divine Masculine in his mental space. And the Divine Feminine has 2 spread your wings, and 4 of swords. So 2 and 4 for the divine feminine. So in the mental space, the divine masculine is finally going, oh my God, this is everything I've ever wanted. The divine masculine is finally going, holy crap, this is everything I've ever wanted. I can't believe it. Like he's still trying to wrap his head around the fact that he deserves this. Okay? The divine masculine is still trying to, the love is so enormous, right? Because it's not just our love, divine feminines. It's not just our love. The love is a blessing and a gift. And the divine masculine is recognizing that that is from God. This is something so divine and so blessed. And the divine masculine is finally having such a heightened sense of mental clarity and awareness of how special, how unique this is. And he is still elevating and learning to expand to this energy of deserving so much love. He is trying his best to expand to being able and capable to hold this love vibration. Okay, so there's still a lot of wound healing, and that is what that hermit is, right? The hermit is like self-reflection. It's pulling back. Okay, so there is a retraction in the mental space, but don't fear, divine feminines, because that retraction is based on the fact that he is mentally comprehending the ginormity of God's love, of his divine counterpart's love, and it is so enormous that he is having to pull back and like go, oh my God, is this really happening? I feel like the divine masculine is in a very new space of clarity of this relationship, of this union, of how divine and blessed it is. And he is holding the lantern of hope and love. He is allowing God to help heal him and elevate him. I feel the divine masculine, and this showed up in the 5D too. The divine masculine is incredibly driven by God and the angels to pray and to connect. I feel that the divine masculine's connection to God this week is more intense, more committed than it's ever been. Ever. I mean, since this journey started. Because, I believe that a lot of divine masculines had a very deep connection with God at a young age, and that fell apart. Just like the story is for the divine feminines in my part. In my belief system, I feel that the divine feminines also had a kind of breakup with God, and they came back together with God, and that was part of their 5D journey. Okay, the divine masculine's journey is a little altered, right? And I feel that he is starting to have this more expansive awareness. It's not that he didn't realize God was guiding him, okay, but he's starting to feel it. Okay, it's really tremendous in terms of the ginormity of the expansion that's happening for the divine masculine this week. It's like something the divine feminine couldn't have handled, honestly. In terms of what I'm hearing from God, in terms of what I'm feeling from God, and what's being given to the divine masculine, the divine feminine received this energy in tiny, like it was like slowly spread out, like a stream turning into a river, turning into an ocean. Okay, the divine masculine is going from a stream to an ocean. He doesn't get to go to that river. He's going from a tiny amount of God's love to an overwhelming amount of God's love. I feel that the divine masculine is feeling incredibly overwhelmed by God's love this week, and the divine feminine is feeling that too. She's feeling spread your wings and 4 of swords. So the divine feminine is feeling like, I feel a lot of that 5D energy, like a lot of that very magical, emotional, spiritual, sensitive energy of God's love, of remembering of our duty to be angels here on earth angels. In her mental space, she's going back to that. And it's not like, it's not like, I remember this. It's more like, I feel this, okay? And then, and she's also, with the Four of Swords, she's getting all this clarity of purpose, clarity of vision, union energy. I feel the Divine Feminine in her mental space has fully surrendered and is being rewarded with all this healing, loving, gentle, nurturing energy. I feel the Divine Feminine has a tremendous sense of safety and security. She's feeling very, very warm and welcomed in her journey forward. This is, twin, her career, life, her friends. And this energy was showing up in the 5D. The Divine Feminine is definitely getting much more like equality, equanimity, energy going on this week. I feel like there's a lot of harmony happening for the Divine Feminine. Mentally, emotionally, she's stabilizing, and she's really allowing herself to surrender into being in the backseat driver. She's allowing herself to surrender into being driven, and it's taken this long. So in the action space, the Divine Masculine has 17 heal, which is an 8, and 6 of discs. And the Divine Feminine has 1 and 1. 1, love abounds, and Ace of Cups. 2 ones. All right. So in the action, the Divine Masculine is being healed. And this is like something that is really beyond his control. But because of his openness to God, in his and all that God angelic love pouring in, he's really like healing the things that are preventing him from manifesting this union. And then he has the 6 of discs, which is a 6 of pentacles. So again, I feel like it's a very concrete, earthy energy where he is taking a look at what he needs to apply in his 3D world in terms of like, okay, again, in the heart and the mental space, he is 120% convinced that he needs to be with this person, his divine counterpart. It's beyond love, right? It's beyond I love you. It's beyond that. It's like my life can only be better with this person, right? Because I was saying last week that the Divine Masculine was starting to understand, or was needing to understand, that being apart from his twin flame was hurting him. And so now he's starting to overcome some pride issues in the action space. He too is accessing a little bit of that surrender energy, and he's being incredibly proactive in terms of like, this is what I need to do to be with my twin. So I feel the Divine Masculine is incredibly certain about this union. He's feeling a little bit of struggle with the pride in terms of what he needs to overcome, but he's allowing himself to be healed of his internal heart wounds. And this has always been true. The Divine Masculine doesn't need to pray and meditate quite as much as the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine's been having to be incredibly connected to God's consciousness, spiritual consciousness, because I don't want to use the word weaker spirit. Isn't there a better word? The Divine Feminine has needed it, okay? The Divine Feminine has needed more communication from God in terms of faith. The Divine Masculine has always had a pretty strong sense of faith, okay? So his faith has always been there, and he's being reminded of it. And then in the Divine Feminine, she has love abounds and Ace of Cups. So in her action space, she's like, I'm going to give my love to everything all the time. There is no depletion of this energy. I am choosing not to learn through suffering, but I'm choosing to learn through love. And all of this suffering is clearing out of my body currently because I am making that choice to learn through love, and I'm letting go of the suffering energy, and I am stepping into the Ace of Cups. These are actually the same card, truth be told, but I am stepping into this renewed faith of my love of my twin. And what's actually showing up for the Divine Feminine is she's like, I don't care when he shows up. This is the energy that we actually entered into, if you can recall, Divine Feminines, when we were in the 5D, and this is where the 5D'ers are right now, actually. But when we were in the 5D and we were like, I don't care when he shows up, and we meant it, right? This is the same energy. This is what I was saying. I feel that full physical union is going to come together at the end of July, okay? I really feel strongly. July 28th is a number that's came up for me up until August 30th, the end of August. There's going to be a trickle effect, but I do feel the Divine Feminine is totally like had a lot of clarity in terms of what she should have been letting go of and is letting go of, is like really surrendering into this process again. It's so crazy, right? That Wheel of Fortune card to me pops up for me all the time. We're constantly in a cycle. We're constantly in a cycle. And we get deep down dark in it and we like try to figure everything out and we clear. And we feel strong and confident. We got everything under control. Oh no, I don't have anything under control. It's all crap. I hate it. Oh, I got it. Like we're always doing that, right? So we're doing that again. And this is what showed up in the 5D. It's showing up here. We're in a completion space. There's a completion happening right now. All right. So even though we got the Star Child last week, I'm going to read the same thing this week because clearly there's a message that we missed last week. So let's listen to it again. We have Star Child, card 8. The light of the stars exists in you. The earth wants you to share that light with humanity. You are asked to understand that you are meant to be here, that you have spiritual work to accomplish. Give up the idea that you belong somewhere else, to another home in the stars. Instead, let the starlight of your inner being shine here on earth, where it shall make such a positive difference in the world. Fall in love with Earth's beauty. She can and will support you in all ways. Have you been dreaming of other places you would prefer to be? Are you wondering if there is more to life on this planet than suffering and struggle? Perhaps you know that you have a mission, yet you doubt that you can succeed. Perhaps you love your life, but yearn to experience the spiritual purity that exists in the higher vibrational fields of the stars. You may feel like a tourist in the need of a fix of your home language to endure adapting to a very different world. Grounding yourself here on earth enables you to fulfill your life mission. You cannot accomplish this without feeling that you belong here. Your feet need to be planted on the earth. Relax and trust that you are meant to be here. You have a special light to share and a particular spiritual vibration to live, so that the quotient of embodied spiritual light on the earth increases. You are part of an important team of spiritual beings working to assist humanity to grow spiritually. The challenge for a star-seeded soul is to accept human beings as they are, without despairing over their darker side. The violence may frighten you, but your love will help humanity learn to use that violence to dismantle old structures and create new ways of being. It can be channeled to energetic humanity with a can-do attitude towards creating a more loving and functional world. Remember, you came to this planet to learn and to help heal others. You agreed to take this journey because you can assist both the earth and humanity to evolve their frequency. It is possible, and you are helping make it so. There are 3 truths that will help you embrace your journey on this planet. Firstly, you carry the purity of your star ancestry in your heart. You can return through meditation or relaxation at any time. You often return to your star-born home during sleep. The loved ones from that place are very aware of your journey here and are helping every step of the way. They send you frequencies from home, like divine care packages, which fuel you for earthly tasks. Secondly, you are so filled with love that you are capable of loving all on this planet. You have compassion even for those who are very wounded and fearful and, at times, act out in ways of violence, cruelty, and ignorance. Now, the human capacity for courage, compassion, and light is increasing. Your work as part of the team of light-loving beings is already having an effect. Thirdly, as a star-seeded being, you have special resources for your journey here on Earth. Your every spiritual request and need will be met by a loving team of helpers. You get to have a lot of fun in your healing mission if you so choose. It doesn't only have to be hard work, though of course sometimes it will be. Just remember that the stars shine and with joy in the sky, and you can shine as a star with joy upon the earth. This is your nature. This is how you can best fulfill your life mission. So before I go into the invocation, I just want to share that, sometimes when we're driving or when we're dealing with life on a day-to-day basis, we get disconnected from our truth. And one of the things that I've been doing when I lose my temper, especially with other drivers on the road, that's kind of where my downfall is just like, I am patient, I am kind, I am compassionate. I am patient, I am kind, I am compassionate, I am loving, I am patient, I am tolerant. I understand that everybody has their mission, and I am here to be a light, So, you can use your own words, but recognize the power of word and the power of thought. So, bring your hands into prayer. Take a breath in and a breath out, closing your eyes. Absorbing these words as your own. I call upon the star wisdom of my own spirit and ask that my love, light, power, presence, protection, and assistance shine forth for the highest good. May I shine divine beauty and joy in my life now and always. I feel a deep and true connection to my spirit, to the earth and the universe. May love flow through me according to its own intelligence and healing wisdom to all beings upon the earth. Through divine grace and my own free will. So be it. So be it, so be it, so be it. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels, for your messages. Thank you to all of you that are viewing this all the way to the end. Step into your power. Step into your light. Know that there is nothing you can't do. Be a pure embodiment of unconditional love to all of the people around you. And may you be blessed in love and light. Mwah.